All right. And then you should be able to hear us too on your mic. All right.
Well, when it pop on the YouTube thing, that's when we actually live. When it pop on the computer screen.
What's the 20 seconds? Or you still got it? It's like a 30-second delay or something like that.
Klein, did you just button to say start broadcast on the first screen?
There it is.
Okay.
Live. Yeah. All right, we are now live. Yep, I got it. All right, we good. All right, y'all. How y'all doing today? We're gonna get into some conversations about Marvel movies, DC movies, or movies of anything in that universe. We're just gonna kind of talk about what?
We know. She said delay. I said we know.
Yeah, we know it's a delay. Yeah. Well, it's always delayed. That's normal. We're going to get into live movies that's coming out, actors, the actors that play these roles, any superheroes and villains. And we're going to kind of talk about a little bit of Infinity War. So let's get started. This is unfiltered conversation. So what do you all think about the build-up of Secret Wars versus the build-up of Infinity War? You know, Infinity War had like a 10-year plus long build, but Secret Wars, they pumping the movies out, but you know they are, you know, Doctor Doom is coming out soon. Mm-hmm. So do you think that they moving too fast, or do you think that Disney and Marvel are comfortable enough where they can kind of push these things out quicker?
I think they're a little bit comfortable. I think from, you know, past and probably just like past experiences, they got the formula down. So I'm pretty sure they know what they do with.
Okay.
You know, as far as with that, it's just the only thought I have for it. But I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't see how they can mess up.
You don't think how they can mess up?
Yeah. At this point, I mean, you know, some of the Marvel stuff hasn't been the greatest recently. But, you know, as far as I think now, I think they'll be pretty cool.
Okay. What y'all thought? You think they moving too fast with Secret Wars?
No. The reason why I said that is because it took so long for Infinity Wars because they had to build up every character. So you got to think about it. They had to pull all the characters on their own solo movie first in order to lead up until Infinity War. So you had to get your Iron Mans, your Captain Americas, your Black Panthers, your Captain Marvel. So you had to bring the characters in their own movie before you do the movie with everybody together. Otherwise, it doesn't feel right. So now that you have Secret Wars, everybody knows who everybody is. So we know about Doctor Doom. We know about Galactus now, the Fantastic Four. So now everybody doing the movies now is it's slow anymore because they got the build-up already set up now for the Secret Wars and, you know, with Doctor Doom taking over everything and stuff like that. So...
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I think they're doing a good job of the storytelling that comes along with it. Because, you know, as people watch the movies, all the comic book stuff, you get those people to say, "Have you saw this movie? Have you saw that movie?" You know, you got to go back and watch this so it makes sense. You just can't jump in the middle because then you're gonna be trying to figure out what happened to Thor or what happened to Doctor Strange. Like even myself, like I even go back and try to watch some of the movies now, and I would literally have to go back, like even with Loki, some of his movies as well. Okay, yeah, so, Loki, that TV show was dope. Yeah, the show too, something like real good. So, okay, so you know, I feel like, you know, I asked somebody this question: Do you think that the Secret War build up gonna trump Infinity War? And I got your point where you said Infinity War was pretty much introducing all the characters, but Secret War is bringing characters from different universes in for a fight, and you're gonna see, you know, some people, because it's about the two worlds are clashing, and they gotta stop it from clashing. And I think the Beyonders, because I was trying to read the comic books over there because I got all 12 issues, but it's about the Beyonders have this whole big plan to just pretty much end everything. If I got that correct, but do y'all think Secret War, despite it being a shorter build, you think it's gonna surpass Infinity War build?
I think it will, only because of the Secret Wars is now about. It's not about like evil villains coming to take over. It's pretty much Doctor Doom, you know, tricked the Beyonder. Now the X-Men is trying to stop the Avengers from doing what they doing. And Doctor Doom is just using everybody as pawns, like Thanos did.
Okay.
But now he's using everybody as pawns to get what he want. And then I heard something about a body swap with Dr. Doom and Tony Stark. They swap bodies.
Yeah.
Tony ended up going, and so I think this build up is going to be way better than the other one. Then they bring it back like a lot of classic people, but I know we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But they bring back a lot of people that made Marvel what it is like now. A lot of them, famous actors and stuff. So,
do you think they would need that build up for those additional characters that they bringing in, or it's just kind of like
newer characters? Yes.
Well, the newer.
Yes, for the newer characters, I think so.
Yeah.
Because I hope they don't just pluck them in and like, here you go. Like, where's the...
Give us an introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you all seen that they're bringing the original a lot of the original X-Men in for the new movie.
Yeah.
That is to go up against the Avengers. So that's for them to battle the Avengers and go up against
I'm
them.
looking forward to that. I don't think I was kind of sad that they didn't have Wolverine in it, but then also I'm like, I understand.
He may show up.
You think he might show up?
Of course. Hugh Jackman gonna pop his butt up.
We don't know.
We don't know. I'm like, but I feel like it still can work without him actually being in there.
I mean, they'll make it work because you know how X-Men was supposed to be Infinity War, but they didn't have the right. They'll make it work.
But I
Do
don't
you think it'll be a two-parter?
It's gonna be because before Jonathan Majors got cut, it was supposed to have been what was the name of his movie? Kang Dynasty. Kang Dynasty, then Doctor Doom.
What you talking about bringing back?
But,
They're bringing them back.
Yeah.
It's a lot of.
that's awesome.
I don't think what is it, Kevin Feige? I don't know if he said it.
No, he bringing them back. Marvel actually owe him. They actually apologized to him.
That's what's up.
Oh, you know.
Has he signed?
Let's go, black man.
But has he signed on?
They haven't said anything.
They're gonna keep it out something. When it comes to this movie, they letting out what they want to let out. But back to your question about the Wolverine, they do have to bring Wolverine back because he is a pillar in this entire universe. The problem is who you're gonna use. Are you gonna use Hugh Jackman, who's gotten older, or are you gonna use the Calvary? Because they signed him.
Yeah.
So who you gonna use to play Wolverine? Because you can't have somebody old.
But is Wolverine portrayed young or old in this?
What universe are they in?
Right,
We don't know what universe they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he portrayed as either older or
Yeah, I think with Jonathan Majors, from what I've read, that he's supposed to be brought in so Doctor Doom can take his powers. Mm-hmm. That's from what I heard. He's gonna have a cameo. He's gonna come in and he's gonna take his powers, and that's how Doctor Doom is gonna be able to do all the stuff that he's able to do. Because Doctor Doom is really even when I go over here and I grab my comic, right? When you look at the last. Excuse my collection. When you look at the last 3 or 4 issues of Secret War, he's on the front cover. He's really in it a lot. Mm-hmm. So he's really dived deep into it. So he's the main focus point. But he got to get those powers. He has to. So I think that's why they're going to bring Majors back in so he can take those powers.
Mm. Wait, but question for this Doctor Doom: are they doing regular Doctor Doom, or are we doing?
I think it's Reed Richards.
The Iron Man.